A village is shown at the start of the film. Here a lady was performing a ritual in front of a house. Something will surely happen in that house for which that lady was performing ritual, and that house door itself is opened during that ritual, when that lady moves inside the house to inspect, but an entity ends that lady as she goes inside, and she swings on the ceiling horrifically. All villages are so frightened, seeing this. After it, scene is turned. 4 years later, a college is shown. A girl named Sohee is shown there. She was with his friend named Sang Yob. They had joined a club 0.0 MHz in their college. This club was used to be run by the seniors. There were 3 members in this team including 1 girl and 2 boys. The leader of the club named Tae-soo here shows a video to all. He informs all about a haunted house shown at the start of the movie. Tae-soo tells all here that a girl had ended herself here. That girl had mentally instability to a little bit. No one used to live in that house, and that house was also at a little distance from the village. Many days had passed that the people did not know about this, that any girl has ended herself in that house. That girl's body had fallen down from his head as being separated after a great time, and her hand was still in swinging position. Tae-soo also tells about the ritual which had been seen at the start of the movie, which was being performed by that lady. Now they all decide this. They will go to that house and will detect the actual incident happened there. Sang is little confused, hearing this, and he forbids to accompany them. Why did those people agree with him? After a while, they pack their luggage, and they leave to that house. And they stop near a shop. Going there, they begin to purchase the things from there. Now the shop owner comes to know through their conversation that they are going into that house. Then the shop owner warns them, don't go to that haunted house. Supernatural happenings continue to occur there. But those people were not going to agree with this shop owner. They take their things and reach that house. Now they have to cross the distance of 5 minutes of that house while walking. Now, Sohee encounters an old lady while walking in the forest. Who was that old lady? It will be revealed in the further story. Now they all were observing each thing of that house, coming inside. At the same time, one team member named Yun Young among them witnesses a tunnel there. What was this tunnel? It will also be revealed in coming story. Now they all take their food after inspecting each thing there. They set their equipment in the house at night. They also set the cameras, monitors and the density machine. There were also a building of the barn, so they also set cameras there. Now they all decide that they will perform a ritual at night, through which gods may be called. They will perform this ritual on one of their members, and they also fix a meter with his mind with this, that measure the frequencies of the human minds. If the frequency is shown 0.0 MHz, it refers that person has been enchanted, and the member Yun Young is selected for this. They draw a line around Yun Young with the salt while lying her down. On the other side, they bring 2 dolls between which one is swinged, while the second doll is put in water with the liver of any animal. After this, they begin to recite their enchanted words. As they begin to utter the enchanted words, then Yun Young begins to agonize, as they go near her to control her. It is observed that Yun Young begins to laugh. It means that she was befooling them. But a mistake is committed here because of her fun. Their drawn salt circle is removed from a place. Now they all leave from there. But the leader of their club, he remains with him. On the other side, Sohee is seen, who was little scared. She begins to have rest. Moving to another room, Sang also comes to her. It is seen on the other side that their 2 team members were observing the cameras. It is shown there that Sohee witnesses a mysterious spirit. Seeing her, she becomes so afraid. One of the group members is shown who had gone outside to the lavatory outside. He witnesses a red-eyed mysterious bird there. He follows that bird. And that bird flies into that tunnel. Now that member who was chasing that bird, he comes outside, then he checks his frequency meter. He checks Yun Young's mind frequency, which was decreasing speedily. And it is reduced to 0.0 MHz level. Checking this, he becomes so frightened now, as it is known that 0.0 MHz refers that Yun Young was completely possessed. Now the same member begins to go inside the room to check Yun Young. At the same time, Yun Yung is shown possessed and she herself comes out of the room. Her eyes had turned white completely. And that member whose name was Han Suk, being panicked, he tells his member, Tae-soo, about this soon, moving to his room hurriedly. Now they all begin to search for Yun Yung. They all step into the doll's room while searching Yun Yung. Then they observe those dolls. One of the dolls had been swinged by them, her body was fallen down while her head was in swinging state. They find Yun Yung there, but that boy's spirit was attracting them. In the same tunnel where it had been seen that bird had suddenly moved there. Now they both try to take Yun Yung out from that place, but they remain unsuccessful. Seeing this, So-hee was so confused there. Now they decide that they will drop So-hee in the car at first. Coming back, they will search the exit of that tunnel. They will take Yun Yung out of that tunnel, drilling this. Meanwhile, their one member named Han, he will keep all the videos and footage, taking them into the car. Now they take steps according to their plan. Then they hear the shrieking of Yun Yung from the tunnel. They break that tunnel in some way and take out Yun Yung from it. But it was too late and that tunnel ghost had possessed Yun Yung completely. Now they reach the car in any way, taking Yun Yung. In the meantime, So-hee is seen panicked in the car. We will have to burn both dolls through the magic which we performed, otherwise, that ghost will not stop following us. Now, Han is assigned this task after hearing the words of So-hee, but he does not burn those dolls and he throws them at the same place. But he tells a lie to all, coming there, that he has burnt those dolls. Now they hospitalize Yun Yung, returning back. Their club's leader, Tae-soo, spends his time with Yun Yung, while other members move to a nearby hotel. Han's one secret is exposed as they come into the hotel, that he had also liking for Yun Yung, but Yun Yung had an affair with Tae-soo. Due to this, Han was enraged. He watches his captured videos, and he also says ill to Yun Yung after taking alcohol. Now Han had the perfect footages of the supernatural activities, so he thinks to sell those footages. Now he calls TV commentator there, and he demands a lot of money in place of these footages. On the other side, Sang is shown who was in his room. A small kid's ghost had attacked him. Who was that kid? It will be known in coming scene. After this, it is shown in the next scene that Han comes to Tae-soo. He says, "Have rest. I stay with Yun Yung." He tries to behave strangely with Yun Yung as Tae-soo departs. Then it is seen that Yun Yung wakes up and she had ended Han. Then it is shown that Yun Yung had restored her consciousness, and all they were so excited. They come to the hotel later, but they remain unaware about Han even after coming to the hotel. After this, it is seen that Yun Yung and Tae-soo were in a hotel room together. Then Yun Yung possesses the mind of Tae-soo. She lets her to recall her past memory. Then he immediately goes out of the hotel, taking his car. Tae-soo is seen driving the car who was weeping a lot. Actually, Tae-soo had ended a girl in an accident while driving the car in such a way, and he had still regret of this accident. That ghost senses the regret of Tae-soo. He misuses his weakness. It is seen that Tae-soo was driving the car while weeping in his guilt. He loses his balance while crying and crashes a car at a place. In this way, Tae-soo also dies there. After him, Yun Yung makes his next target, Sang. She calls Sang to come into his room. Then she appears before him disguising the same little kid. In fact, that little kid was the elder brother of Sang. When Sang was younger a few years ago, then his elder brother had faced an accident, but Sang was younger at that time and he had also very confused. He runs from there, not rescuing his brother. This was the cause that his brother had died. Now the ghost in Yun Yung compels Sang to end himself. Sang was also feeling so regret on this that he gets ready to end himself. At the same time, So-hee comes there and she saves her from ending himself. Then it is seen that the ghost in Yun Yung leaves her body. He is able to maintain himself that he receives a call before this. The person on call tells him he had discovered dead body of Han near the swimming pool. Now it is witnessed that they all three had drowned to grief after losing their two friends. Now, so he plans here that she will remove that ghost from the body of Yun Young. And she will end it forever. Because her parents used to hunt the ghosts, so she had much confidence as she can beat any ghost. Now they take Yun Young into that house and start the same ritual. At the same time, it is seen that the same old lady comes to help So-hee, who had been witnessed in the forest by her. It is known here, this old lady was the grandmother of So-hee. She had approached to the human world to help So-hee from the spirit world. Now they start performing their ritual again and the same ghost possesses Yun Young again. It is seen that spirit comes into its real form after a time. They all try to handle that ghost. But that ghost was more powerful than them, and it drags Sang with it in the same tunnel. Fortunately, it gets the same doll which was not burnt by Han. And he had thrown it there. Now, Sang instantly burns those dolls. Then it is seen that ghost is also burnt to die with the burning of those dolls, and Sang Yob returns alive from there. But there was a thing among all of them, Yun Young had died. That ghost had ended Yun Young, fracturing her neck. In the end, only Sang Yob and So-hee had survived. Now they both return to their own houses after surviving from that accident. Then scene is show after a few time where So-hee and Sang Yob meets with each other in cafe. Sang tells So-hee about one of his novels which was going to be published recently. He receives a call of the publisher and he leaves outside to attend the call. Now, So-hee starts the laptop of Sang to read his novel. Then, So-hee finds a footage when Sang was in the same tunnel. She watches that ghost had penetrated in Sang before burning those dolls. It refereed that ghost was not ended in spite of burning those dolls. Rather, it was in the body of Sang for a long time. Then it is noticed that ghost in Sang places its hand on the shoulder of So-hee. And the movie series comes to a close here.